It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Patriots and the Bills under the lights on Thursday night.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Patriots. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway in Foxborough. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his second season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Jones wants to throw to start things out here. He completes it to Henry. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 9 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And now it's 12 touchdowns on the season, which tells you he's doing more than his share of great route running and finding ways to get open and putting the ball in the end zone.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Patriots add 8-3 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-year.
No, it's out. Smith lost it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And the Buffalo offense ready to bring out their high-powered attack. And at the center of it all, of course, the rocket arm man in his 5th year out of Wyoming, Josh Allen.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown. But obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On third down, here's Harris. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Jones. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing, Jones. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
The numbers for Diggs from a week ago: 7 catches, 69 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. This defense for the Patriots, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On play action, Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Matt Judon, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things, getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, that lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Running back Damian Harris and the Patriots ready to go on their next drive here. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Jones operating from the gun. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, the Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st. To throw, it's Allen. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. Caught right side, Davis. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Allen going to keep it again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more.
Singletary loses it.
And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Now Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jadeveon Clowney with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So on fourth down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots, and here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On fourth down, Jones. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A pause here for an injured player, and this would be an important one. Von Miller in some discomfort on the field right now.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. From the 36, Jones. Open man right side, Myers. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Open man is born. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on second down. Jones. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So on fourth down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good.
And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Shakir hauls it in. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKenzie. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Jones now. A final shot before break. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks. Back for the second half of Thursday Night Football in just a moment. But first, the bye weeks are over. We've got a full slate of 16 games once again. So let's give everybody a look ahead at what's to come here in Week 13. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll square off against the New York Jets. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Then on Sunday night, the Cowboys getting another matchup for the national audience. The Colts and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We welcome you back to Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. Our halftime festivities behind us as we're just about set for the opening kick of the second half. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen.
Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Flush to his right. He's got the... And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. And Diggs has it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Allen. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. Throwing, Jones. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, You could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
65 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Now Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. They hand this off to Harris. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
First down.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jones. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Back to throw. Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They'll run on, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Open man is Myers.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Harris. And he's got some space here. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Now Folk for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down.
Looking to throw. Allen. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
To try again after the sack. Allen, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
159 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. From down at the 12, it's first.
Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one they've made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
The intended target there was Gabriel Davis.
And it's second down. Now Allen. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing is Allen on third. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On second down, this is Harris. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And throw right side complete to Parker. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They run for it with Harris. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return is Jones.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
Harris. 168 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Harris. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Harris.
Brought down by Ed Oliver.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Harris. He will push his way down to about the 14. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try to run with Harris. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll run with Harris. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Patriots, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.